Om.
Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः Bhadram Pashye Makshabhiryajatraः Sirairangaistuštuvagam Yashema Devahitam Yadayuः Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemiः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति 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 प्रज्ञानां शुप्रतानै स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विधिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगत गुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः
Mandukya Karika, chapter 3, Advaita Prakarana. Please read Karika 46 and 47.
यदा न लीयते चित्तं न च विक्षिप्यते पुनः अनिङ्गनमनाभासं निष्पन्नं ब्रह्म तत्तदा स्वस्थं शान्तं सनिर्वाणम् अकथ्यं सुखमुत्तमम् अजमजेन ज्ञेयेन सर्वज्ञं परिचक्षते.
When does the mind get Brahma? In the sense, when does mind become just like Brahma, appears just like Brahma? It was described in Karika 46. What exactly is the description? When description of the mind, when it becomes just like Brahma, that is described in Karika 47. 46 we have already seen in detail. Now Karika 47. In the state of what is called as asampradnyata samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. See, yada na liyate chittam na vikshipate punaha aninganam anabhasam. All these point out the disposition, the state of mind totally introvert. Totally introvert means there are no vrittis corresponding to any vishayas, including the ahankara vritti, which takes the body as I. Means these point out that state of mind which is nirvishesha or which is nirvikalpa. As a result, that state of mind which is called as nirvikalpa samadhi, asampradanya samadhi, wherein mind has totally withdrawn from its usual functions, even to the least it is not there. It is just there in samskara form. In the subtle impressions form, antakarana is there, totally free from its usual functions. That is where the Atma Sarupa, Brahma Sarupa appears as it is, as far as the human embodiment is concerned. Because that state, disposition, where samskaras are there, like a mirror, in that it will see, it depends on the nature of mirror also. The best that antarakarana can be shuddha, free from visheshas, is that to that extent, Brahma, the mind, gains Brahma, accomplishes Brahma. What exactly the nature? Now tell me, this is where the Atma Brahma remains in its self-experiencing principal nature, without taking it onto itself any visheshas, any attributes of Drishya Jagat, including Ahankar. What exactly is that? How is it? Its nature is now being described in this Karika 47. So, that chitta antakarana, tada, when those conditions are fulfilled, Brahma nishpannam, Brahma praptam, that state is like this, or that Brahma is like this. How? Swastham, Shantam, Sanirvanam, Akathyam, Uttamam Sukham, Ajam, Ajena, Neyena, and Abhinnam. And Abhinnam, Sarvadnyam, and iti Brahmavidah Parichakshate. Iti Brahmavidah Parichakshate. It is swastham. What is swastham? Not sust. Swasmin Atmani Sitam. It abides in Atma means it is just like Atma Sarupa, free from Visheshas, Nirvishesha, Nirvikalpa. Shantam. Shantam, free from all anarthas. Anarthas, calamities, unwanted things, sorrows. Free from all sorrows. So nirvanam, it is with nirvana. Nirvanena savartate. Nirvana means kaivalya, moksha. Nirva, the word means to be cool or cooled, Figuratively, it means Shanta. So, or it can mean to blow out, to be extinct. So its past particle, nirvana, means extinction, disappearance. In short, liberated, free from samsara, or wherein samsara vanishes. All that is there is swarupa, that itself is kaivalya, moksha. Akathyam, indescribable, because it is something uncommon. Like this, nothing you can find in the world. So it cannot be described. Uttamam sukham. It is sukha, ananda, but best. Why that uttama adjective is brought? Best. It is unlike Vishaya Sukha, unlike sense pleasures, happiness born of Vishaya's sense object. Uttamam Sukha. Sense pleasures, Vishukas, are born subject to get ended. This is neither born nor does get ended. Limitless in nature. Uttamam Sukham. And it is ajam, unborn, unlike Vishaya Sukha. Sense pleasures begin. This is not so. It is ever existent happiness principle, even in our mistaken state of samsara. During the period of samsara, or during the period of ignorance of oneself, any time, anywhere, to any extent, the happiness that we experience is born from this only. In the entire Srishti, there is no other happiness principle than this Chaitanya Atma Brahma. Then you may say, or you may ask, why is it not experienced by us all along? And you know, Upanishads, Vedanta declares, Atma is Nitya. It is all-pervasive, sarvavyapi, avinashi, avikari. Should you not experience that? We have our pratibandhas, obstructions, which deny us our swarupa ananda. And if at all, now and then, if we experience, it is through the medium of what are called Priya, Moda, Praboda Vrittis, Sukha Vrittis. See, Chaitanya Atma Brahma is ever existence principle. Nitya Astitva. This existence aspect of Atma Brahma is experienced universally by all. Whatever you say is this existence of Atma Brahma only. Something is not. That absence is, you are aware of that absence is there. Atma. But its Chit aspect, knowledge aspect is not cognized everywhere. Like the Sat aspect. It is cognized only where the Antakarana is present. Just like between the sun, blazing sun, and the earth, all around there is light. Yet we cannot see it by bare eyes. Physics also says that light cannot be directly perceived. What we see as light is reflected light. Say between this, in between, an aeroplane passes, we can see the light there because the reflected light. Like that, Chaitanya, the cognitive principle, the knowing principle, is everywhere, yet only where, even experiencing principle, only where Antakarana is there, the reflected Chaitanya is cognized, is known as existent, is experienced. And yet, wherever Antakarana is there, Ananda is not manifest. Only Chaitanya is manifest. If wherever Antakarana is there, like Chit aspect, knowledge aspect, if Ananda were to manifest, पूछना ही नहीं, don't ask, all along what, we'll be happy. Unfortunately, it is not so. It needs some specific subtle vrittis. Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Priya, when you hear something desirable, the joy that you get. Moda, the dear object or being is at sight or in your possession. More happiness. Pramoda, when you actually indulge in that, the maximum happiness you get is pramoda. These three types of vrittis in a varying degree of manifesting happiness are required to reveal Ananda aspect. Just as to reveal Chit, the knowledge aspect, Antakara vrittis are necessary. So here, these vrittis are necessary. So the source of Ananda is this Atma Brahma only. It is Uttamam Sukham, and yet it is what? Ajam. It is unborn like Vishaya Sukha. Ajena Neyena Abhinna. It is Abhinna, identical with Ajena, that which is birthless, means Brahmana, by Brahma. It is Brahma, which is Neya of Vedanta, or Neya in Vedanta. By the entity that is being known through the means of Vedanta is birthless Brahma. So therefore, this Uttamam Sukham, which is Ajam, is identical with unborn Brahma. Therefore, Brahma is nothing but ever existent happiness principle. And Sarvajnam, therefore, the Sarvajna, the omniscient Brahma, says, itself is that Uttamam Sukham. That's Uttamam Sukham. See, in life, whatever existence you come across is Brahma. Whatever knowledge, being aware of something you come across, Brahma. Whatever joy, happiness you come across is Brahma. Entire Jagat is known and happiness content is Brahma. Asti bhati priyam. Nama rupa jagat comes and goes. Asti bhati priyam, ever existent. So therefore it is Sarvajnam, the omniscient Brahma itself is that Sukha, Ananda. Who says so? Iti Brahmavida parichakshate. This is what the Brahmajnanis say or describe. Means it is not simply a statement of the Shastra. Its truth is verified by Brahmajnanis. It is not some speculation, as is the case of philosophy in the West. The philosophy in the West is speculation, colored by the situation, environment, background of the philosopher. Vedanta, Upanishads, not that way. It is the truth revealed to those who inquire deep into it, and which is verified even today. It is not something to be believed only. Of course, no doubt, in the beginning, Shraddha is necessary. But that Shraddha is only a motivating factor to take to the pursuit until you yourself discover and verify the truth of what you have accepted so far. Therefore it is. So the Brahmajnanis say, yes, it is so. Yes, it is so. Yes, it is so. That is what happened in the case of Shuka. Shuka knew this is the truth, but had no confidence. He was not very sure about it. Ask the father Vyasa. He said, this is it. He said, I have already discovered this. But is it so? Vyasa was quite clever. He thought this person, boy, has no Shraddha in what I say. He said, look, this is what I know. But there is one Emperor Janaka. Go to him. He will tell you what the truth is. He goes. Emperor Janaka tests the Vairagya and the steadfastness in the pursuit of gaining knowledge of Shuka. Perfect. And say, this is the truth. Then Shuka comes and says, I had discovered this. My father did tell me, and you are also telling thing, means this must be the truth. Janaka said, this is the truth, there is nothing other than that. Certified. Then he goes to Meru mountain, gets absorbed in the Swarup. So therefore, always keep in mind, Vedanta is what based on triple cardinal tests. Shruti, Yukti, Shruti, Sammata Yukti, and Anubhava as described in the Shastras. It is not some make-believe thing. Though in the beginning Shraddha is necessary. Shraddhavan labate jnanam samshayatma vinashyati. But finally it is verifiable. Take Bhasya, read Yathoktam.
यथोक्तम परमार्थ सुखम आत्मसत्यानुबोध लक्षणम स्वस्थम स्वात्मनि स्थितम.
Yathoktam as described in earlier Karika. What is it? Asampradnyata samadhi lakshanam. Nirvikalpa samadhi lakshanam. Characterized by nirvikalpa samadhi in the sense, in that state of antakarana, only you can cognize Atma as it is. You have seen this many times. Any deviation in the state of antakarana, out. It cannot be Sat Brahma, na nishpannam, if it is not so. So it took the Paramartha Sukham. Why not simply said Sukham? It can be Vishaya Sukha. So therefore, this to distinguish from the Vishaya Sukha, sense pleasure, adjective Paramartha Sukham. So that is, which is independent, ever-existing, ever-existence, self-luminous in nature. Paramartha Sukha. And which is characterized by, which was described earlier, Atma Satyanubodha Lakshanam. Lakshana, characterized by having the features of Atma Satyanubodha. Atma eva satyam iti anubodha sakshatkara. Karika 32 of this chapter. Atma only satya, rest all are mithya. Chaitanya only satya, rest all appearances, however durable they may be, however useful they may be, they are really not there, false in nature. That, what is it? Swastham, swatmani sthitam. It abides in the Atma itself. But don't mistake that way. Like in the basket, mangoes are there. Basket is filled with mangoes. So Atma is there, basket. And happiness is filled with that. No. Not that. Swatmani Sudha means it's the Swarup of Swatma. The very nature of Atma. Further, it is Shanta. Continue.
शांतम सर्वानर्थोपशम रूपम.
What is Shanta? Sarva anartha upashama rupam. It is state wherein there is total cessation of all anarthas. Sarvanartha. Anartha. See, no, anartha means what? We say calamity, etc. Whatever that is undesirable. Artha, arthate, prarthate, artha. What we seek is artha. What we avoid is anartha. Sorrow. Sarva, all. What is the all? Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivika. Sorrows arising from one's body, sorrows arising from around surroundings, sorrows on account of certain phenomenal powers. Free from all this. These are three sources of sorrows. These all these causes are clubbed in this. So that is Sarvanarth Rupa Upashama. Upashama, cessation, Shanti, free from them. Further it is Sanirvanam, continue Sanirvanam.
Sanirvanam nirvritti nirvanam. Nirvrittihi nirvanam kaivalyam sah nirvanena vartate.
Sanirvanam, with Nirvana. What is Nirvana? Nirvritihi or Nirvrittihi. Synonyms. Nirvritihi or Nirvrittihi means that is what Nirvana means. Kaivalya. Kevala Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone is there, no upadhis, no sorrows, moksha. So that sa nirvanena vartate. It is that state of the antakarana is with moksha, means that itself is moksha. Don't think something else is moksha. Swarupa swaswarupena avasthanam moksha. Abidance remaining in one's swarupa. It is possible through the medium of antakarana only. That is what moksha. Further, how it is indescribable. Continue tacha.
Taccha akathyam na shakyate kathayitum.
And that swastha shanta sanirvana swarupa is what? Akathyam na kathayit na shakyate kathayitum. Kathayitum means to describe. It is not possible to describe it. Words fail because it cannot be an object of the world. So therefore, akathyam na shakyate kathayitum. Not possible to describe. Why so? The reason is given. Atyanta
अत्यंतासाधारण विषयत्वात्.
Atyanta asadharana vishayatva. Total, an entity totally uncommon in this world. An entity beyond the realm of this world. How can you describe it? Which is free from Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, which is Atindriya, imperceptible. It cannot be described. And it is something which is unsurpassed happiness. Continue.
सुखम उत्तमम निरतिशयम हि तद योगी प्रत्यक्षमेव.
Sukham uttamam uttamam sukham from Karika. Means it is niratishayam hi. It is sukha which is niratishaya, limitless. And it can be experienced by who? By only yogis. Tad yogi pratyaksham eva. It can be directly experienced by the yogi. Now, who is yogi? One who has accomplished the yoga. Now, what is yoga? It's a technical word. What is yoga? Yogastu chitta vritti nirodha. Vritti rahitya. Absence of vritti, unlike sleep. You are not asleep, you are awake, and yet your antakarana is free from vrittis. That is yoga. By such yogis only it can be directly experienced. In Panchadashi 11th chapter, verse 134, Yogi Pratyaksha is described as Brahmananda Prakashakam. Why it is called Yogi Pratyaksha? Yogena Pratyakshi Kriyate. Yogena means Nirvikalpa Samadhina, because yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yogena Nirvikalpa Samadhina Pratyakshi Kriyate is directly experienced. Or it can be Yoginam Pratyaksham. Yoginam Pratyaksham means Aparoksham Anubhava Swarupam. Yogi means who has got Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This is what Bhagavan describes in chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Buddhigrayam atindriyam. It can be grasped by buddhi, but beyond the senses, range of senses. Atindriyam. So therefore, says it is yogi pratyaksham. Means it is not Vishaya Sukha, which is born because of contact of Indriyas with the Vishayas. Continue.
न न जातम इति अजम यथा विषय विषयम.
No jatam. Tat uttamam sukham. You have to add there. That uttama sukha, no jatam, is not born. Therefore it is what? Ajam, unborn. Yatha vishay vishayam. Means yatha vishaya vishayam sukham. Not like the happiness born of Vishaya, sense object. First Vishaya is sense object. Second Vishaya is the regarding topic related to. It is not like the happiness born of sense pleasure or Vishaya. No samsparsha janyam, not born of contact of senses with the sense object. It is Swarupa Ananda. Then ajam ajena, ajam ajena dnena. That's what explained. Continue. Ajena.
अजेन अनुत्पन्नेन ज्ञेयेन अव्यतिरिक्तं सत्स्वेन सर्वज्ञरूपेण सर्वज्ञं ब्रह्मैव सुखं परिचक्षते कथयन्ति ब्रह्मविदः.
Ajena means anutpannena, by the entity that is not born. What is that? Jneyena. The Vedanta Jneya, Brahma, means which is abhinna, identical with unborn Brahma known through Vedanta. Avyatiriktam, not distinct from that, means it's identical, abhinna. That Uttama Sukha is not distinct from the Brahma which is unborn and revealed through the means of Vedanta. Atiriktam Sat, being something which is not atiriktam, not distinct from that. Avyatiriktam. Na Vyatiriktam, Avyatiriktam, which is not distinct. Sat being so. Sarvajna, Svena, Sarvajna Rupena, Sarvajna. Brahma, which by nature itself is Sarvajna, omniscient, because the very knowledge principle. Sarvajnam Brahma eva. That Sarvajna Brahma itself is what? Sukham Niratishaya Ananda. Who says so? Parichakshate. So it is told. By whom? Parichakshate means Kathayanti. They say. Who are they? Brahma Vidaha. This is what Brahma Jnanis declare. This is what the Brahma Swarupa is. Now, this chapter, which establishes the Advaita Swarupa of Brahma, is being concluded by bringing it to our notice that in between few means were told. Some Srushti also was told. Some Upasanas also were told. But they are not Brahma. They were given as only the means, because what Brahma is by itself cannot be known. You need to have your prepared mind. To have the prepared mind, these are the means. For that purpose, they need to be given. But please do not mistake these sadhanas, these means given as the reality, as Brahma. No, it is not so. So by pointing out the Advaya nature of Brahma is confirmed. Let us first take the Prastavana Bhashya. Read Sarvopayam.
सर्वः अपि अयं मनोनिग्रहादि मृल्लोहादि
Mrullohadivat.
मनोनिग्रहादि मृल्लोहादिवत् सृष्टिः
Manonigrahadihi.
मृ
Mrullohadivat.
मृल्लोहादिवत् सृष्टिरुपासना च उक्ता परमार्थ स्वरूप प्रती परमार्थ स्वरूप
Pratipatti.
प्रतिपत्त्युत्पायत्वेन न परमार्थ सत्येति
See, Sarvopi ayam. All that was told now. What are those? Manonigrahadi. Manonigrahayattam. For ajnanis, this knowledge depends on the control of the mind. That was told. Adi for abhyasa, vairagya, and also the upayas. When one goes laye, laye, sambodhe, chittam, etc. Laya, vikshepa, kashaya, what are the means, etc. All these means that were told in Karika 15. Again, also Brillo Hadivat Srishti. Srishti, like Brut Lohadi, from mud parts, from iron instruments, etc. What was told, Karika 15 of this chapter 3, Upasanas, there are different levels of seekers. For them, according to their status, Upasanas are given, Karikas 16 of this chapter 3. Cha for karma. Ukta, all these are told earlier. But please don't mistake them to be real. They are only means to gain this knowledge. Paramartha Swarupa Pratipatti Upayatvena. These are told as Upayatvena, as the means, as the sadhanas of pratipatti, gaining, accomplishing paramartha, the ultimate reality swarupa of ours. To gain that, as the means they were told. But that doesn't mean they are in reality absolute real. No, they are not absolutely real. Paramartha satyam tu, contrast. Means to discover Paramartha Sattva, absolute reality, distinct from absolute reality. That is the contrast being shown now, whereas the Paramartha Satyam is what told in this Karika 48. Read Karika.
न कश्चिज्जायते जीवः सम्भवोऽस्य न विद्यते एतदुत्तमं सत्यम् एतत्तदुत्तमं सत्यम् यत्र किंचिन्न जायते
Kaschit Jivaha na jayati asya sambhavaha na vidyate asya sambhavaha na vidyate yatra kinchit na jayate. And iti etat taduttamam satyam. Kaschit jivaha na jayate. There is no entity called jiva is actually born paramarthata. In reality, there is no jiva born. Jiva may appear to be there, but truly not there at all. Truly not there means what? Which can never end, which will always exist as samsari jiva. Such a jiva, some appearance is there, that's fine. Why so? Asya, of this unborn Atma. See, Jiva is born, generally what to say, Jiva is born from Atma. But Atma is such that Asya, of this Ajasya Atmana, Sambhava na vidyate. Sambhava means Karana. Sambhavati asmatiti sambhava. That which is born of this, such a thing is not there. Atma is not born from anything whatsoever. Atma has no cause. And such uncaused Atma can never become changed, cannot undergo vikara, modification, to become jiva. Uncaused means ever existent. Ever existent can never get subject to vikara, because vikari means destructive, destructible. So nothing can be born from this unborn Atma, which has no cause to be born from which. Yatra means Brahmani. Kinchit na jayate. Kinchit paramarthataha na jayate. Nothing is born in reality. Etat, this fact is what? Taduttamam satyam. Taduttamam. Tesham uttamam satyam. Tesham means what? Upayena uptana. Satyam. This is the truth as far as all these means that were described as the upayas, means to gain knowledge. This is truth. Only because they were told, it is not so. See, in the dream, you were chased by a dream tiger. You ran. Suddenly you came to the end of a cliff. Now you can't go further. You can't stop, because by the very your force of running, doom, you fell in the valley. Deep down, Ganges was flowing. The chill touch of the Ganges woke you up. What woke you up? No doubt, chasing of the tiger, resulting in the chills touch. Is it real? Upaya. It has made you discover reality, that you are not a dreamer. But that tiger, chasing of the tiger, the chill touch of the Ganges, including the Ganges, are upaya, not true. So like that, among those, what are those? Manonigraha, Abhyasa, Vairagya, Brillo Adivat Srishti, Upasanas, Karmas, all that are told as the means, say, among them, this is, means they are relative satya, useful. This is the ultimate truth. Satyasya satyam. Uttamam Satyam, where in Brahma, wherein nothing is born. You see the Bhasya, read, Na kaschit jayate jiva.
न कश्चित् परमार्थ सत्यन्तु न कश्चित् जायते जीवः कर्ता भोक्ता च न उत्पद्यते केनचिदपि प्रकारेण.
Paramartha Satyam too. The ultimate reality is this. Kaschit jiva na jayate. No jiva is born, and who is that jiva? Karta bhokta, who takes oneself to be the doer and the experiencer of joys and sorrows, one who rejoices and suffers. So, no utpatite. Says, how not born? Na kena chidapi prakarena. By any way whatsoever. What? From Atma, Jiva is not born. Means such a Jiva is not there in reality, therefore it is not born. Continue.
अतः स्वभावतः अजस्य अस्य एकस्य आत्मनः संभवः कारणं न विद्यते नास्ति.
Ataha, therefore, because it is not there, that is, something called Jiva is not there, therefore it is not born, therefore, Swabhavataha ajasya. Asya is there, Asya of the Karika. What is the Asya? Swabhavataha ajasya. The one, the Atma, who by its nature is aja unborn. Atma. Sambhava. Sambhava means karanam. Na vidyate, na asti. There is no cause from which Atma is born. And therefore, Atma is something which is indestructible. We know Atma is imperishable, we know. Nitya. Indestructible. And because being indestructible, it cannot undergo change. If something called Jiva were to be born from Atma, Atma has to undergo change. But because Atma is uncaused, it is changeless. And because changeless, nothing can be born of it. So therefore, the so-called Jiva is not born from Atma at all. By mistake, you may experience 100 things, but that is not reality. So that is Sabhana Nasti. And therefore, because the cause is not there, there is no possibility of Jiva being born. We'll see that in next class. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो